dream, dream to remember. I've got dreams, dreams to remember.
Hey Brent, I'm Laddie Roussel, lecture class of 1962.
Morning, Miss Laddie.
And I know you're Brent Labat, and you're the new manager of the St. James Parish School Aquatic Center.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a little time to give me a little tour and tell me about the
Absolutely.
facility? All right. What is the facility like, the size of the pool? And
So the pool is a 25-yard competition regulation pool.
wide is the warm-up pool going
The
across?
warm-up pool is about 14 feet wide. And as far as the length goes, it's a little bit less than 25 yards, I believe. Its purpose is, it was built for warm-up and cool-down, not necessarily competition. But this pool will serve as a little bit more than that. It'll serve as a swim lessons pool as well, a smaller, a little more intimate environment for those younger kids or older that are just a little more intimidated by the water. Shallower depth, easier access.
What's the depth on the big pool? And I see you have, looks like 8 lanes.
It's an 8-lane competition pool, yes. The deepest the pool goes is 7 feet, and that's on the starting block end. The most shallow point is about 5.5 feet. And again, its purpose was strictly for competition. So as long as swimmers can dive in without hitting their heads, that was the goal.
Now I notice above you have quite an air handling system. How is that system going to work?
Yes, so the HVAC system in this facility isn't set in place for spectators. It's actually to keep the swimmers comfortable. The air temperature in here will never be much higher than 2 degrees more than what the water temperature is. And the water temperature will stay around 80, 81, 82 degrees. It's set so that when the swimmers get out, they're comfortable. So we haven't seen what it's going to be like in here yet with spectators and 200, 300 plus people, but hopefully we'll find out soon.
Okay. I know you're getting prepared for the grand opening is tonight, or the ribbon cutting, I should say.
Yes, the ribbon cutting is tonight.
Okay. Now, how much seating do you have? I noticed there's bleachers on the one side, somewhat a little bit on the other side.
Our max seating capacity is 301, but there's also standing space included. We are also going to be in front of the building putting in a grassy area for tents and to kind of expand the amount of space that we have for people to hang out.
Now, which side is the front of the building, where the roll-up doors are?
The front of the building will actually be where you drive the St. James Parish Aquatic or Schools Aquatic Center sign is on the building, right in front of that.
Okay.
There will be some grass.
And what do you have below the bleachers on the other side? I see some big vents.
Yes, so those, along with the 6 panels above the bleachers on this end of the pool, it's a filtration system, and that's what actually, the chlorine that evaporates off the surface of the pool is filtered out of the building through that system, and so far we've had very great air quality in here. It's also part of the dehumidification system, so that the air in here stays dry and we don't have wall sweating and equipment sweating as well.
Okay. Now the back corner, is that the scores table, I'm guessing?
Yes, that's where the timing system will be connected. There's kind of a central hub underneath the counter of that space where the touch pads and the scoreboard will all communicate with each other.
Back to the air handling system, there's a lot of holes in that vent that goes all around the top. Is that to distribute the air or suck air out, or what is that?
It's actually sucking the air in and taking it out of the building.
Okay.
So there's no AC system in here. It's strictly to keep the environment from sweating and to keep the swimmers warm and comfortable whenever they get out of the pool.
Now you've already started your registrations, right, for some of the programs?
Yes, registrations are open. So we'll have our summer team that'll actually take place throughout the year as well. Our flagship season will be this summer. Registration for that is open. We start our first swim team practice this coming Monday. Aside from that, we have swim lessons that will begin taking place the last 2 weeks of May and throughout the summer. Registration for that is open on our website as well. And we also we've already had 2 lifeguard training courses as well and have 3 more on the schedule with registration available.
The swimming lessons, what age group is that for?
So we actually start as early as 6 months for swim lessons. Mommy and Me classes will be for those ages 6 months to 24 months, with a parent in the water, teaching the parent how to handle their child in the water, as well as getting the infants and toddlers familiar with the aquatic environment. Other than that, it's ages 2 years and up. We'll offer private lessons as well. That'll range from 2 years beyond, so adults, if any of you.
And all of that is on your website?
Yes, all the information is available on the website as well. We'll have group lessons as well.
Okay. Now, what about your scoring system? I mean, the scoreboard.
The scoreboard is actually a transplant from the Gramercy pool. It was donated by the Richardson family in memory of Kate and Williamson. Aside from the we had 2 panels that had to be replaced, but the rest of the board is the original board that was at Gramercy's pool.
Okay. And you're going to have a logo on each side for?
Yes, we're going to have a sign with the Lutcher swimming logo as well as the St. James High swimming logo. And beneath the scoreboard, there will be an in memory of Kate and Williamson sign.
Now, when you get into the school year, what are you going to do with the teams, Lutcher and St. James, or the Parish schools?
Yes, so for the interscholastic season, I am serving as a resource to the high school coaches. Each high school will have its own respective coach and coaching staff. Those programs will all be run out of our facility. We'll also have a middle school swim program that will be starting here for all the middle school students, grades 4th through 8th, to participate. That'll run separate from the high school programs. And planning for that is just getting started right now.
Who are the coaches for the 2 schools? Do you have coaches' names?
The high school programs, Miss Kelly Richardson will be the head coach for Lutcher High, and Miss Nikki Scott will be the head coach for St. James High.
And then how do you relate to the athletic directors?
So for the interscholastic season, I will, again, I'm more of a resource. So the head coaches for both programs will report to their respective athletic directors. My job is just to make sure that everyone has their time and space in the pool, as well as organizing meet setup and actually the scheduling of those competitions.
Now, Brent, what class or what divisions will Lutcher and St. James participate in?
So Lutcher and St. James for swimming have been in Division 3 and will continue to be in Division 3.
So they're both in the same division?
Yes, they're both in the same division.
Now, how will you handle practices?
It's still being worked out right now with everything being so new, but it's been discussed to have both high schools practice at the same time. There is also the option, of course, to have them practice separately. Once we get an idea of the numbers of both programs, that'll be a little more determination there in the scheduling process.
Okay. Now, my grandkids, I sent to Crawfish Aquatics and Tiger Aquatic for training. That was all the way in Baton Rouge.
Yes.
How do you envision this becoming to help with?
So I think we have a very unique opportunity with this facility, in that these swimmers could potentially be with the same coaches from the start of their swimming careers to the finish of their career. And while I am coming from a Crawfish Aquatics program in Thibodaux, the format of our swim program is very similar to what they have done. Crawfish has a fantastic program, as well as Tiger Aquatics, and what they do has proven to work very well, so we're going to mimic that as much as we can. The format will be seasonal in that we practice this. There will be a summer season, a fall season, a winter season, and a spring season. So it'll be year-round in that sense. But we will not be associated with USA Swimming like Tiger Aquatics and Crawfish Aquatics are.
Okay.
At least not yet.
Not yet. Now, what do you envision for the future? You have other plans and down the road a few years?
Yes. So before coming in, before I came in, there was a lot of conversation and inquiry about having swim lessons be part of the school curriculum for grades K through 2nd. That's something that wouldn't happen until a little bit down the line, probably 5 or so years from now. But I do think with the facility that we have, the indoor accommodation that it provides, and with the willingness of the school board as well as the entire parish, it'd be a great opportunity to provide swim lessons for people that may not otherwise seek it out, as we're in a community that's surrounded by water, and it's a life skill. And like I said, some people don't necessarily seek that out, and I think we'd be providing an opportunity for those kids to have that opportunity.
Well, Brent, I think it's great. It sounds great. I tell you what, it's a terrific facility. It's outstanding. I don't know if anyone else in the state of Louisiana that has I think there's one in St. Bernard Parish, but
Yes.
there can't be many pools, facilities like this enclosed in the high school.
This is a rarity. This is a very rare thing.
Now, this is not a swimming pool, right?
This is not a public facility. Its purpose, it was built as a training development center, essentially, focused primarily on the school students, with the opportunity to also reach out to the community as well through programming and not necessarily recreational swimming.
Well, look, I want to thank you and welcome you to St. James Parish. We appreciate you coming in and getting this program kicked off. And good luck with the ribbon cutting tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to get started and start meeting people in this
And you
community.
got 2 classes, lifeguard training is underway, and you got a swim program starting pretty soon.
Yes, starting this Monday.
Okay, well, great. Thank you, Brent, and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
The board saw this, they felt the need for the whole parish to have this, so we have it now. Where this journey is, I don't know, but this is a wonderful journey. And we thank all the citizens, the blue stands for the water, also the